I'm Bobbie. I'm a mom and also a functional nutrition practitioner located out of Texas. My son was diagnosed early on at the age of 4 with autism. We dealt with a lot of health issues early on, lots of doctor's visits. And when we were introduced to MaxGen, it was an eye-opening experience. We were able to find a lot of information in his genetics that really changed the trajectory of his life. He went from being almost nonverbal to actually holding a conversation within about 3 to 4 months of the changes. Not ideal time span for everybody, but for him, it really did change quickly. Now that he's 13, he talks everybody's ears off. He's an amazing kid. He's totally different than what we projected what his life may have been. And I really do put a lot of credit into learning that information from the testing to utilize in his day-to-day supplement protocols, diet, things like that. Really, if you're on the fence at getting tested, I would say do it. I was introduced to MaxGen through a mutual friend. She knew that we had gone through a lot of lab work, a lot of doctor's visits, a lot of hospital visits. She basically said, what else do you have to lose at this point? What have you done? Have you done genetic testing? Do you think maybe that might be an option? Thinking that over, we came to the conclusion it was an easy test. It was a cheek swab. He'd had so much lab work and blood drawn that I figured what could hurt at this point. There was really nothing that stopped me from doing it. I believe at the time we were just kind of at the bottom of our barrel. I trusted the source that referred me to the testing. Overall, the process was really simple. It was really quick. It was very to the point. There was no real questions about what we needed to do, what was involved in the process from start to finish. At the time, we were seeing a few practitioners that really gave us some hope in finding information through that avenue. It made me feel confident that it was quick, it was easy, and then the results that we ended up getting was actually really informational and helped us with the journey for him. I think like most people, I asked a few of the normal questions. Is the information going to go anywhere? Is the data going to go anywhere? I was assured that no, it was a completely private company, which ultimately was the decision maker. We'd heard stories about other companies that were questionable. So their stance and their belief and their privacy policies, hands down, pretty much secured the decision to do the testing for him. I think I had a little bit of an advantage because I also work a little bit in the functional space. I was kind of a new practitioner at the time, but I'm big on science and a lot of the information was really interesting at a family that is in healthcare. So I think I had a little bit of a leg up, but overall the report itself was really easy to follow, easy to understand, easy to really take that information and do some deeper research. So I felt comfortable with results. Previous to taking the test and starting a new direction with his health journey, he was actually on the verge of being nonverbal at the time. He was still saying a few words, but he was always sick. We were losing verbal skills, and he was essentially kind of being lost in the shuffle. Once we got the testing done, the results back, it gave us a new direction, information that we didn't have before. We changed his diet fully. We changed his supplement protocol. We got him involved in some other therapies that were very beneficial to him, all based on what his genetics was telling us he was predispositioned to. About 3 to 4 months after that, he actually started holding conversations with us. It completely changed the trajectory of his life. He just turned 13. He talks your ear off. He loves history and science and played team sports for the first time a couple seasons ago. We never thought he would have that opportunity. And we really do put a lot of the changes that he went through on the information we were able to gather from the testing. I've recommended this testing to so many people over the years, mainly because the information that you get is invaluable. It is all about your predispositions. It doesn't mean it's a life sentence to these genetics. It just helps you understand that you can be proactive with your health rather than reactive.